What's up guys, Steven here, welcome back to another battery drain test. So today we have a bunch of cool devices right over here which I recently got to review. Now this shouldn't be a real comparison as the devices are very different, now for sure except of the Xiaomi's, but you know these battery tests take ages to film, so I've thrown in all my latest devices which I currently review. We have here today the Xiaomi Mi 10 and the Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro, two fantastic smartphones from Trading Shenzhen, and then we have the Huawei Mate XS, and this is the first time you're seeing a foldable smartphone in a battery drain test. And to say it straight from the beginning, I was really curious how long you can use it with the huge 8-inch display, so I wasn't folding it during the test, but there will be a standalone test where we're gonna fold it every 30 minutes. But for this particular test, we just see how well it goes unfolded, because yeah, that's actually the worst case. And last but not least, we have one of the cheapest phones you will see in Europe, which is the upcoming Huawei P40 Lite. So to make this interesting, post now a comment down below on which phone you think will last until the very end. So let's go. Now to do this test under similar conditions, I've calibrated the displays with a lux meter to roughly the same brightness level, but to be clear, I was setting them to a higher brightness level as maybe some people will use it. So when you mostly use your phone with a dim screen, for sure it will last longer, but I mostly use my phones at around 70% brightness, so I was doing the same here. All the phones had Wi-Fi on, Bluetooth on, NFC and location services on, but no SIM card installed. In terms of battery size, all the phones are quite equal. The P40 Lite has the smallest battery but also the weakest system on chip, which is the Huawei Kirin 810. In terms of screen size, they're also quite equal, but as mentioned before, we're gonna test today the worst case of a foldable phone and then do a standalone test in the next days, with the Mate XS being folded every 30 minutes. So first I started with TikTok. Now I'm really not a person who uses TikTok, but this app is growing so fast and a lot of people use it. Especially also younger people who may find the P40 Lite attractive because of the cheap price. From TikTok we then switched to Instagram, checking out the feed, and this is what I mostly do on my phone. So by the way, for a look behind the scenes, follow me on Instagram under techmagnet_YT. After 1 hour all the phones were still pretty close in the 90% range, so it was time to watch some movies on YouTube, which I did for around 30 minutes before I switched to some benchmarks in Antutu. Now please keep in mind when checking out the scores that the Mate XS and the P40 Lite run better softwares, so the results are not really accurate. Then it was time to watch some YouTube. As the official YouTube app is not running on the Mate XS and the P40 Lite, I installed YouTube Vanced, which is a nice alternative to the official YouTube app, and you can definitely check it out. Then I switched to the camera app to record 4K on the Xiaomi's and the Mate XS, but something worth to mention is that the P40 Lite cannot record 4K, as the Kirin 810 especially rivals Qualcomm Snapdragon 675 and the Snapdragon 730 platforms. So it tops out at 1080p 30fps for video recording, which means that the camera can't perform 4K video capture like phones powered by Qualcomm's counterpart. After 3 hours in the test, it was time for gaming, and I've chosen Call of Duty Mobile, which runs even fairly well on the P40 Lite with the low-powered Kirin 810 chipset. Now if you haven't noticed it yet, it's crazy how similar the Mi 10 Pro and the Mi 10 are, even though the battery size is a bit different, and also a bit of the hardware config as well. I actually thought you will notice the smaller battery on the Pro, but nope. So I guess I either have a good battery on the Mi 10 Pro or simply a worse performing one on the Mi 10. After that I switched back to TikTok to watch some super stupid videos and did some more benchmarks, and there you really saw the Mate XS battery draining hard, because well, of the huge unfolded screen. The Mate XS was also the first one to die after 4 hours and 56 minutes, so almost 5 hours in this test at high brightness with 8 inches. That's really crazy. Now just imagine how good it would perform with a mixed usage or the screen folded. I really can't wait for the standalone test. The P40 Lite was the next in the queue with almost 6 hours. Not a bad value though for a cheap smartphone like that, running a better software. And then it was a battle between both Xiaomi's, which both have still been incredibly similar. Now guys, here's the big surprise. At the end of this test, the Mi 10 with the bigger battery died first. That was really a big surprise because yeah, as always guys, batteries in smartphones are also varying in capacity. Some have more than the rated capacity, some have less than the rated capacity, so maybe one of the phones was out of the norm. But I think the battery size is not really a factor between choosing either the Mi 10 or Mi 10 Pro. You shouldn't be too worried about that, as they perform probably very similar. Now both Xiaomi's in this test did very good with over 6 hours and the Mi 10 Pro close to 7 hours. So I think both of the smartphones are a great choice for a long-lasting battery life. Now summarizing, here you can see the battery curves over time, and as said before, there will be more tests of these devices. Like the Mate XS versus the Galaxy Fold and the P40 Lite against some other budget phones. But for now, at least you know how these smartphones perform, and I hope it gave you an idea on what to expect from the battery on these latest devices. So big thanks for watching, guys. As always, I'm Steven from Tech Magnet. If you like this video, please like it and I will catch you in the next one. Have a nice day and bye.